Hey guys, Solo Jones here, and I have a very special guest joining me here today. It is Adam from Lagtv. Hey, say hello, Adam.
Hey guys.
Yeah, got some.
Yeah, it's good to be here. This is the first time Jeff and I have ever done anything outside of our own channel, so I'm kind of looking forward to this, but at the same time, I'm kind of terrified.
It makes me feel really special.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
Uh,
what are we looking at here?
Looks like we have SpunXtain, a guy who has done a whole lot for the D2D gaming forums lately. He's been big on promoting practice games. Like he gets them together and he invites everyone to them, and he's the host in almost every practice session that we have.
I actually did not know that, and now that I do, I feel really bad about it.
Yeah, he posted in the forum. He actually made a topic about practice games, and that was before he even knew about the Exodus forums. And
Oh, very nice.
he has now joined Exodus, and this is a practice game between two Exodus players. And it's weird
Fantastic.
because I don't think Spun plays Protoss normally. I don't know.
Yeah, well, like we just saw there, he said he's not very good at PvP, which tells me he's probably just not amazing with Protoss, but maybe it's just not one of his main races.
Yeah, one of the games I watched a second ago, he played Zerg, but I will say he played really badly. So
Oh, well, there you go.
maybe
Well,
he does play Protoss. I don't know.
Well, something I'd like to point out right off the bat here is that we have Miss Cammy throwing down an interesting, what looks to be 9 pylon build, but putting it up behind the smoke, which I don't know if she has a plan for that or if there's a specific reason. Maybe she wants to throw off Spun when he comes to scout, maybe force him to think that she might be cheesing outside of his base or something when he doesn't see the usual pylon placement. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that.
Yeah, every time I go into a Protoss base and I see like one pylon and no gateway or like no pylons, I am freaked out because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always expecting things will happen. And it's actually something Day 9 talks about a lot, is hiding something normal. It's
Oh yeah, no, totally. Because people get so accustomed to basically seeing the exact same thing every time they walk into a base. At the moment that they see something that isn't normal, they totally trip out. And you know, StarCraft is totally a mind game, more than people might imagine. Especially at certain levels when people are so used to seeing specific things being done to give them an idea of what to do to react to it. Getting in people's minds can completely change the game, actually.
Yeah, it looks like Spun still has not scouted this gateway. It looks like he's now bringing a probe around. Will he send it into the smoke? No, he will not. So
No, he will not.
yeah, he's feeling awful confused right now. Looks like he's getting, well, he hasn't gotten any units out except for one Zealot right now. And he is going to, looks like he's going to start a wall off, which I don't know if that's standard in PvP or not. You're the Protoss player, you tell. Whoa, all pylon wall off.
I can tell you right now that walling off might be reasonably common in PvP. However, I will tell you that using all pylons, not super common. Usually you see that in, like, not to, you know, underplay Spun's play here, but usually you see that in lower level Protoss play, and it's usually used to cover up something like a Void Ray mass or something stupid like that. I don't think that's what he's going to do here. However, it's probably going to throw Cammy for a loop seeing something like that. I don't know what exactly he has planned yet. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe he was kind of panicking there after he saw no production facilities and thought maybe she was going for like proxy gates or something and he needed to get a wall off real quick. Just kind of a panicky move there. Looks like overall though, pretty similar builds here, regardless of the hiding of buildings. Cammy's now chrono boosting out her warp gate, and so is, well, I don't know if Spun's chrono boosting, but he does have it coming out. And except we have a forge for Spun.
Yeah, I guess, well, this might be a +1 push that he's planning on doing in some way, shape, or form. That is fairly popular in Protoss matchups, getting that +1 off the bat, because usually, you know, you'll see 4-gate pushes from both players, or maybe a 2 or 3-gate robo push. And oh, interesting, here we go, we see a Stargate. Maybe he's going to bring in another very popular thing to do is some gateway units backed up by 1 or 2 Void Ray. It is extremely powerful, especially against another Protoss player. And as you can see, Spun finally seeing what the heck is going on. He must have been confused, continuously coming into this base and not seeing what he would figure he would normally see. Cammy really likes to do these 4 gates.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I've gotten
she's
crushed
almost
by them many times. playing
yeah.
against her.
She's done it so many times now that she's just so damn good at it. She's almost a one-trick pony with it, but at the same time, it almost doesn't matter because she's gotten it down to such a science that if you allow her to get to that point, she can be very hard to stop.
Yeah, absolutely true. It looks like she does have this proxy piling up, and she's warping in mostly sentries here. Maybe I'm not sure why she warped in mostly sentries, but yeah, it looks like she has.
She really hates that statue.
Apparently, she has some zealots coming in right now. Spun playing reactionarily with these cannons. He knew something fishy was up, and he did see those 4 gates. So I guess that's why he threw on this emergency wall in. And he has a few stalkers. So it looks like Cammy does have the army advantage, but these cannons are just going to completely deter her.
This is not a good idea. And good job by Spun getting a couple of force fields up. Cammy, I think, trying to do the same thing, trapping Spun's units in between the pylons and the force fields, but missing just by a small amount. Cammy should really back up here. This is not a good place for her to be. As you can see, the cannons just going to town on all these units. They can't even get in attack range, really. And that was kind of a failed attack. She should have instantly backed up as soon as she saw that first force field go down and saw those cannons. A bit maybe of an overreaction by Spun to build 3 cannon. That might be overkill. However, it did work in his favor, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Something I would like to point out, though, with Spun's play in terms of using that force field, is that he might have been better off allowing the sentry, usually when people attack click like that, the sentry will make their way further up the map for attack priority reasons, and you can trap them up on the ramp and block the stalkers off at the same time, killing off all of those units. And since they are 100 gas each, that can be quite crippling early on in the game.
Oh man, something crazy going on right now. It looks like the Void Ray is out, and Spun has a hidden base going on up here in the top right corner. But more notably, we have a fleet beacon going down for Spun here. Maybe see some mothership action?
Perhaps a mothership, perhaps a carrier. You don't see carriers used very often, which is surprising considering how popular they were in Brood War. But they can be extraordinarily powerful, especially if on a map like this, on Metalopolis. Just like you see down here with this Void Ray, they have a lot of room to back up and get away. Their range is much further. I think the range is 8 compared to the Stalker 6, so they can kind of sit back and do whatever the hell they want, and the Stalker can't do anything about it. So unless you have anti-air, you can really do some serious damage. So that's probably what we'll see out of the gate here shortly, I'm sure. But yeah, you're totally right. We might actually also see a mothership. That could be a major factor.
Looks like actually Void Rays and Stalkers have the same range, but
no, a carrier,
oh,
carrier and Stalker.
All right, I
carrier I think is 8.
Yeah. But this Void Ray is getting some harass done down here, taking out some tech structures. He's already taken out 1 gateway, and he's working on the other one. Also took out
they took out the cybernetics core there.
Is that what it was?
So Cammy, yeah, that was the cyber core. So Cammy is now crippled in terms of Stalker production, which is really her mainstay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, well, she absolutely needs it with this 4-gate build. Without that, she's basically crippled.
It's true. Let's see how effective this mothership is. That's an odd thing to do. Looks like Cammy's getting down her natural expansion right now, and this hidden expansion kind of starting to get saturated by Spun, but not producing any probes there. When you have 920 minerals and 300 gas, I don't know why you wouldn't be producing probes and just tons of units.
Cammy's macro, I have noticed, does slip a little bit when she's making a push. I have the exact same problem. In fact, I'm actually worse than that when it comes to macro during a push. Interesting, good job. I'm just going to point out real quick by Spun to go all the way around the map with those probes instead of just going through the middle like some people might try. Yeah, but Cammy does have a little bit of trouble with that. She is actually double forging for upgrades right now. I think she noticed that Spun. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I was going to say Spun had already upgraded. Maybe he was just used. Oh, now he is. But Cammy, interesting double forging. That's not something you see that often unless you have a specific purpose.
Like Zerg with the double Evo chambers. This is not
yeah,
not common
exactly.
for Protoss. But it looks like we have a carrier and a mothership coming out, so we were both right about that, getting some double use out of that fleet beacon there.
I don't think I've seen carrier and mothership go hand in hand that often. Just simply, especially off of what is essentially just been a 1 base. He does have his expansion sort of saturated, not a great deal. I think he probably has about 14 or 12 probes over there. So this is a lot of money to be spending